Well, good morning and welcome to the Gator Engineering Leadership Summit. We're really glad to have all of you join us today for this monumental conversation that we're going to have. Along with our special guest for today, the Women of Committee 200, we'll be discussing how to change the face of leadership in technology and STEM field. Now, I'm Buster Hagenback, and I'm the retired Lieutenant General from the U.S. Army, and I'm the Director of the University of Florida Engineering Leadership Institute. Now, because of the way our world is changing and the role of technology has had in every facet of our lives, preparing our students for leadership has become paramount to our approach in engineering education here at the college. Within the Engineering Leadership Institute, we have a number of programs in place to ensure that our graduates are ready to step up and take on the world's biggest challenges. We offer classes with unique and tailored curriculum that address leadership from the engineer's perspective, and we have new and exciting opportunities on campus for students to interact with real-world leaders and mentors like we're going to do today. The new Linda Parker Hudson Engineering Leader in Residence program also gives our students access to outstanding mentors with valuable life experience, and we certainly appreciate Linda for creating that opportunity and also for suggesting this collaboration today with C200. Now, in a moment, Dean Abernathy is going to come up here and tell you a little bit more about the conversation we'd like to have today. But first, I see a number of you out here with cell phones, and I want to remind you that we're having some social media contests today. Throughout the day, we're going to be giving away prizes during each of the sessions. And to be eligible, just tweet about the summit using either or both of our hashtags for today. And I think they've been displayed behind me on the screen, but if you can't see that, the first one is hashtag Powered to Lead. That's Powered ED with the number 2 lead, Powered to Lead, and also C200UF. That will make you eligible for the prizes that we're giving out for each session. I think we've got some Fitbits and we've got some Galaxy tablets, and the grand prize at the end of the day is an Apple Watch. Now, to be eligible for that, you need to take your ticket for today's event, and during the breaks and during lunch today, get it stamped at the registration desk. Anyone who has attended the entire day will be eligible at our drawing at the very end at the closing receptions. But for now, let's talk about the importance of seeing more women in leadership in engineering and STEM fields. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dean of the Herbert Wertheim College of Engineering, Cammy Abernathy.
Thank you, Buster. I want to begin by extending a warm welcome to each and every one of you for being here this morning. But I want to particularly acknowledge a few of our special guests in the audience today, beginning with our outstanding alumni. Last night we had the opportunity to hear from Jen Gostetic, Assistant Director of Innovation for the White House, and our newest recipient of the University of Florida Outstanding Young Alumna Award. Jen, would you please stand and accept our thanks and our congratulations? We are excited to have so many great alumni present today, including Rebecca Smith, a distinguished alumna of the College of Design, Construction, and Planning. If you're an alum of the University of Florida, please stand and let us thank you for your presence here today. All of our alumni, please stand. I also want to welcome the chair of our Dean's Advisory Board, Mr. Carlos Del Sol. Carlos, would you please stand so that we can acknowledge your presence here today? And his wife, Olga. Olga, thank you for being with us today, too. Finally, I want to thank our department chairs, institute directors, and faculty. Thank all of you for being here today. In fact, your presence speaks volumes about your dedication and commitment to the topic that we'll be discussing here today. If all of you faculty, institute directors, and department chairs would please stand and be recognized for your service. I want to extend in particular a very special thank you to C200, Roz Alford, and all of our speakers and panelists. This is truly a stellar lineup. This will unquestionably be a day that our students will remember, and I want to thank you for choosing our campus to host such an empowering event. If all of you who are related to the C200 speakers, panelists could please stand so that we can thank you for your participation with this outstanding event. Many of you are probably wondering how such an august group came to Gainesville, Florida. The answer, I have to tell you, is another outstanding alum of our college, Linda Parker Hudson, who also holds an honorary doctorate from the University of Florida. Linda is a graduate of our ISE department with a degree in systems engineering. Linda has been an absolutely stalwart ally in our quest to foster leadership and inclusion in our college. And in fact, it was Linda who was the primary driver in bringing the C200 group to our campus. And as Buster mentioned, this isn't the only example. We're very excited that in April we will be launching the Hudson Engineering Leader in Residence program. That's the program that will continue to bring leaders to our campus to meet with our students and faculty on a systematic and regular basis. I can't thank you enough, Linda, for your unwavering support, generosity, and mentorship. Linda, would you please stand and let us acknowledge your presence here? Thank you so much for being here. It's true, we have some pretty big ambitions for our college. This past year, we launched what we refer to as the Wertheim Transformation, named for Dr. Herbert and Nicole Wertheim, whose transformational $50 million gift has inspired the college and the university to seek national preeminence in engineering education and research. As one of the cornerstones of this transformation, we aspire to not only become one of the most diverse and inclusive colleges in the nation, we also aspire to educate a generation of engineers, what we call new engineers, capable of leading their institutions and their communities to become models of diversity and inclusion as well. It is this aspect of leadership that I believe will distinguish great leaders in the 21st century. As more than ever before, we must utilize all of our talent if we are to solve society's most vexing problems. Half of that talent is female. Obviously, we can't afford to waste half of our talent pool. But it isn't just a matter of needing to increase the talent pool. It is also about making the other half of the workforce successful as well. Organizations which create and sustain diverse, inclusive workplaces are themselves more creative, more inventive, and more successful. The data proves it and has proven it over and over again for the last 40 years. Our economy is based in large part on its ability to innovate. If we are to remain among the world's leaders economically, we must also be a global leader in developing women engineering leaders. In our college, we are so convinced that leadership is key to technological success that we have created, as you heard earlier, an Engineering Leadership Institute, the partner in today's summit. We've made a great deal of progress since the founding of our initiative, which was originally called Powering the New Engineer. I think we're beginning to gain a national reputation for diversity, at least if you measure reputation by requests for speaking engagements. I'm very proud that the percentage of our faculty, which are women, has increased from 9.7% to over 16%. Over 25% of our undergraduates are women compared to roughly 20% nationally, and over 30% of our freshmen are women. We have women engaged in a variety of leadership positions in the college. But all this is really just the beginning. Before we are done, the Herbert Wertheim College of Engineering at the University of Florida will not only be known as a national leader in diversity and inclusion, we will be the place that other institutions come to when they need leaders to recreate that same culture in their workplace. And it is events like today's that are so critical to making that vision a reality. Thanks to all of you for joining us in this journey. And before I conclude, I also want to acknowledge Tom Hunter, who's in the audience today, who was one of the original drivers, along with Linda Hudson, of the creation of the Engineering Leadership Institute. Tom, please stand and let us thank you for helping us start this initiative. It is my great pleasure now to introduce Dr. Wyn Phillips, one of my predecessors as Dean of the College, a man who has served the university in almost every leadership role, including Chief Operating Officer and Vice President of Research, and who is currently serving as the Executive Chief of Staff to our new President, Kent Fox. In addition to being an accomplished administrator, Dr. Phillips is also an accomplished mechanical engineering faculty member, having published over 180 research articles. He is a fellow of ASME, AAAS, ASCE, ABET, AAS, AIMBE, BMES, AIAA, the New York Academy of Sciences, and the Royal Society for the Arts. He has won numerous awards, including the ASME Ralph Coates Rowe Medal, the ASCE Benjamin Garver Lammy Award, ASME Dedicated Service Award, ABET's Linton E. Grinter Distinguished Service Award, and the National Engineering Award from the American Association of Engineering Societies. He has served as president of virtually every major professional engineering society and on numerous committees for the National Science Foundation, the White House, and a host of other national and governmental organizations. And to top it all off, he holds the title of Distinguished Hoosier and Sagamore of the Wabash. He has been a great mentor and friend to the College of Engineering and the University of Florida, and it's my pleasure to welcome him here today, a truly great engineering leader, Dr. Wyn Phillips.
The only thing that introduction always reminds me of is if you hang around long enough, a lot of stuff happens. It's really fortunate to be in the engineering business, and I've always been grateful for that. Thank you, Dean Cammy Abernathy, for all you do for this college. Thank you for bringing this opportunity to us. We appreciate C200 bringing this distinguished summit to our campus. I only hope that they will also give you time to see our beautiful 2,000 acres, 900 and some buildings, $2 billion education, research, and health enterprise while you're here. We welcome you to our little city. We certainly thank Dean Cammy Abernathy for her outstanding leadership of the college. It's been truly a phenomenal ride. As some of you may be aware, she played a pivotal role in Northrop Grumman's 2014 decision to significantly expand its operations in Brevard County. She actually helped bring the county, the business to Florida. One of the things we lack is large companies in the state of Florida. Cammy's working on that. Governor Scott said, this is a most direct quote, "No one at any university has been more helpful in achieving the state's economic goals." That's quite a statement for our governor. So Cammy continues her leadership with the engineering college. She does an outstanding job. She enhances the technology commercialization operation, and we're certainly happy that you have chosen us for your STEM Summit. We highly recognize the imbalance between men and women in STEM disciplines at universities, including our own. We're striving to attract and retain more women students to STEM and to increase our numbers and the visibility of women faculty and our academic leaders in STEM. While we have numerous women deans and other leaders, the student enrollment in STEM disciplines still is a challenge. For many years in various offices, I tackled the interesting problem of trying to figure out why, wherever you went in the nation, the women in the engineering business was 20%. Maybe it banged up to 21, then it banged down to 19. For years and years and years, we tried to break that ceiling. Hopefully, now that we're over 50% women in the University of Florida, more and more of these students will choose this discipline and highly rewarding profession. We have a long way to go in that particular area. One example of the things we're trying, for example, in the women's leadership area, is our Office of Technology Licensing. Certainly one of the top 5 in the world in licensing technology from universities. Has an 8-week training program to steep women in entrepreneurship, from forming companies to writing business plans. It's always been amusing to me that many of our business students go all the way through business and never write a business plan. They do economics, they do finance, they don't write a business plan. We now have that opportunity for our students. The program was launched in 2012, and more than 200 women have been a graduate of this opportunity. We understand these challenges. We understand that the university can only be as great as we want to be if we embrace all people in all disciplines and all opportunities. We thank you for bringing this conversation to our campus. Have a good day.
Thank you very much, Wyn. We really appreciate those words, very inspiring and revealing. Now I'd like to bring up a woman who has dedicated her entire life to helping women to be involved in business and other expansive opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, the chair of the Committee of 200, an extraordinary woman, Alford.
Well, first of all, I am actually the chair of our C200 Foundation. I'd like to be the chair of the whole organization, but that isn't my official title. But I am chair of our foundation, and I have devoted so much time to really helping everybody, and especially young women move forward in their careers. I want to especially thank one more time Linda Hudson. I mean, I can't thank you enough on behalf of C200. I mean, she's an outstanding member of our organization, but she introduced us to this wonderful university. And These 2 days truly exemplify the spirit of the C200 Foundation. Our motto is success shared, and we're delighted to be meeting the outstanding students here, and hopefully we've met some of you, but please don't be afraid to approach us and to talk to us. We love it. We love it. I really have to say thank you to Dean Cammy Abernathy. The committee of C200 takes great pride in nurturing future generations of business leaders drawn from science, technology, engineering, and math. The Wertheim School of Engineering, its leadership and faculty are clearly doing something right, and the students we have met are clearly future leaders. And as I said last night at our dinner, and I'm going to repeat it again, I've been to 26 different reach outs over the last years, and every time I go to a different university, I say, boy, this is the best reach out that I've ever been to, and the students that I've met. But I will say, and as a University of Chicago graduate, the students that I've met here from the School of Engineering are outstanding, and really, truly, this is the best school that I've ever attended and the best interviews that ever took place. So I'm going to give you all a hand for that. I have to thank the staff who partnered with us to C200. They've been outstanding. Jen Lee has worked incredibly hard as our remote partner. She worked diligently with Siobhan Lombardi from our C200 staff. Mike Nazareth, you coordinated the monumental task of getting us the candidate applications and getting these interviews set up. Thank you, all three of you, for the coordination that you provided. So our reach outs are the cornerstone of the program that the C200 Foundation programming. We are the vehicle by which the programs that C200 puts forth, both for our members and then for doing our programs in the community through these reach outs. And we have a Protege Program for women in business that are starting in business that want to get to the next level. It's called our Protege Program. We've put that into effect. We have a corporate program that's just going to be starting, where we have many of our corporate C-suite leaders are going to be a part of, where we help women that are in their career path to the C-suite get there through a mentoring program. So we are really, really very excited. When I say this is going to be a great day for all of you students and faculty, it's a great day for C200 members as well. I mean, we always walk away feeling so inspired, and each time we come to a reach out, we learn a little bit more about ourselves and about future generations. So once again, thank you for this meaningful event, our wonderful experience in Gainesville, and the future relationship that we hope will continue on with the outstanding women of the Wertheim College of Engineering. Enjoy your day today.